What's going on YouTube? Jeremy D. Glass here. Fuck. I fucked it up. I ain't got that in there yet. What's going on YouTube and all you drunken misfits out there? I'm Jeremy D. Glass here, aka I'm motherfucking drunk, y'all. And today we are back with another The Most Interesting Man in Texas story. We've covered the bull riding. We've covered him out shooting Chris Kyle. And we've covered him being flown to Alaska just to sight in people's rifles. Now we're going to take a turn to, this story doesn't have too much to it, but it is fucking hilarious. So, put in context, the job we were doing, we're standing out there on the side of the road, and this motherfucker, he keeps looking off into the pasture. And he keeps looking off into the pasture. I'm like, Jesse, what the fuck you doing? He's like, I'm keeping an eye out for the pygmy bears. So it took me a minute to register. I hear the word bear. I'm like, there ain't no fucking bears out here, for one. And then it took me a minute. I was like, motherfucker just say pygmy bears? I was like, pygmy bears, Jesse? He's like, yeah, you know, they stand about knee high to people, and they're very vicious, and you just can't see them out here in these mesquites. You know, they're just too small to see them, but they'll sneak right up on you, and they'll tear you apart. Right then and then, I knew that it was fucking a lie. And that's not even the worst of it, too. Well, I mean, that's probably pretty bad. God damn it, I'm tired. That's on top of him talking about the pygmy bears. On top of that, there was also the Arctic wolves. Arctic wolves in West Texas. Now, apparently, he said, oh yeah, there's a bunch of Arctic wolves out here you gotta look out for too. They escaped the Pygmy Zoo a few years ago, and they've been breeding like crazy, and they're taking over the population of around here, eating all the coyotes, killing all the coyotes off. Arctic wolves in West Texas. Pygmy bears, which I have continued to look up to, or not look up to, but look up on Google. There's no such thing as a fucking pygmy bear. The smallest bear out there, I can't remember, it was like the sun something bear, and they're still pretty fucking big. They ain't no knee-high motherfuckers. There's no such thing as an actual pygmy bear, for one, that he was describing at least. I found a couple instances of small bears and stuff like that, but nothing like this. And then Arctic wolves in West Texas. Like, get the fuck out of here, motherfucker. Like, come on. Your lies at this point aren't even believable. They're just fucking pathetic and dumb. Like, don't get me wrong, 90% of them are funny to hear because you actually believe them. I mean, there's some mental problem in your fucking head, but Jesus Christ. I mean, this guy really needs to go see a shrink because he might actually be committed to an insane asylum if he would tell them, a shrink, half the stories he's told us that he's done. And half the stories he's just made up, like the pygmy bears. But I'm going off on a rant here. I'm getting angry. I'm talking shit because I'm Jeremy motherfucking Glass. But that's all I got for this video. The Most Interesting Man in Texas. I believe this is part 4. Hope you enjoyed. There's plenty more to come. Next week's, I don't know what the fuck we're going to do on them, but we're going to pick one of the good ones just like I did this week, and we're going to get it out there. Now, to wrap up the video, let me pull up his list here. Let's just list off a few of the other things, he's accomplished in his life that aren't worthy of a whole video. Builds decks for RVs. Makes fishing lures out of wood. Handmaiden fishing lures. He's a storm chaser. Hunts great white sharks in Australia. And those are just a couple of the amazing things this guy has done. And as always, stay motherfucking drunk, y'all. Wait. As always, there's a nipple. As always. Oh, we gotta get down here. Stay motherfucking drunk, y'all.